Okay, we're going to be looking at the inquiry lab for nets of pyramids, and that starts on page 781. All right, so the question that we're asking ourselves for this section is, how is the area of a triangle related to the surface area of a square pyramid? So how is the area of a triangle related to the surface area of a square pyramid? And so it says, Anderson Art is designing paperweight that is shaped like a square pyramid. Use orthogonal drawings to find the surface area of a square pyramid. A square pyramid is a three-dimensional figure with a square base and four triangular
Student Jack
faces.
Music, you're needed at the front office. Student Jack Music, you're needed at the office, please.
His name is Jack Music if he's available. Thanks. All right, so let's move on. Sorry about that. So we've got the picture here shows us our square base, okay, square base, and then from that we have four sides, of course, because if we have four sides of a square, then each one is going to hold a triangle so that they come together and form a pyramid, come to this tip on the top. If there was one missing, then it would be a tent that doesn't have a door. All right, so step number 1 says to find the dimensions of each side of the square pyramid from the orthogonal, you know I'm never going to say that right, drawing. So it says that we've got our base, which is the square, which if you look at the picture here, it's 4 by 4. And then we have the dimensions, the length and the width, 4 and 4. And then the area is 4 times 4, since it's base times height. And that's going to be 16 feet squared. Then we're going to look at the triangular faces. And they're all the same, since they have the same base and they're all the same height. They're all the same, which makes our work so much easier. So if you look at this picture, you'll see that we come to a right angle using our 3 and our 4. Those are the two. Now sometimes they're going to trick you and they're going to give you the dimension of this side here and say, okay, well this side right here is 6 feet. And you have to know that that slant height right here is not perpendicular to the base. Okay, do you see that angle right there? That is not a right angle. Oh, guys, it's raining again. I'm going to get stuck in the rain. All right, so then we use the height is 3, the base is 4, and then we do 1/2 of base times height, and so 1/2 of 12 is 6. And we know that each of these sides is 6, and so what you need to know about a pyramid is that if the base of this pyramid is square and it has 4 sides, because it's square, then that means that there are 4 triangles attached to that base. So I can take this area and multiply it times 4. All right, so it says use the grid paper to draw the net. Now the net for a pyramid is interesting. It says it's a square and that the square was 4 by 4. Okay, let's get rid of some things here. Okay, here's our square and it was 4 by 4. So on my drawing, I'm going to start with a square in the center, 4 by 4. Okay, then it says that for the triangle, the height is 3. So coming back here, I know that I'm going to go up 3 away from each of the squares. I'm going to be going up 3 blocks. Now, because my base is 4, I didn't even draw that right. What's wrong with you guys? Why didn't you warn me? Let's do that again. I think that was a 3 by 3, but I might be wrong. All right, 4 by 4. Now we're correct. Okay, and so like I was saying, 3 from that would be right here. 3 from that would be right here. 3 from that would be right here. And I'm going to the middle of the 4, which is, 2 in. That's how I realized I made the wrong drawing. All right, now to do our triangles, we just draw our diagonals up to it. I'll go over more examples like this. I'm sorry I've been so sloppy with this one. So we've got our base, which is the square, which is a 4 by 4 base. And then we have our triangles, which have a base of 4 and a height of 3. So it says add the area of each face to find the surface area of the figure. So we know that the area of a square that's 4 by 4 is going to be 16. And then if we have a base of 4 and height, base equals 1/2 base times height. For the triangles, 1/2 of 4 times 3, half of 4 is 2, 2 times 3 is 6. And so each of these triangles are 6 each. So if I'm putting them all together, then I'm going to have 4 times the 16 plus, or sorry, 4 times 6. Let me get rid of that. 4 times 6 plus the 16, which is the square in the middle. So I would take care of this first, and that would be 24. 24 times 16 is what we're going to be looking at, and that's going to be, oh sorry, not times. Oh, Mrs. Eccles, why are you ruining this video? Plus. So 16 plus 24 is 40. 40 feet squared, or 40 square feet is the answer. All right. Let's see if we can do this one without me messing it up. All right, so it says to use nets to determine the surface area of each pyramid. Draw a net of each pyramid on the provided grid paper. So of course we always start with our square base because this is our square pyramid, and it's a 5 by 5. So I'm going to count out 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just double checking this time since I messed up the first time. All right, so there's my 5 by 5 square, and then my height is 4. So I'm going to go out 4. Now, to figure out where the tip is going to go on my triangle, I have to find the middle of my side. And if there's 5, then the middle is 2.5. So here's where 2.5 would be, and I'm going to go up 4 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, and so my dot's going to be right there. And I'll do the same thing with the other ones. I'll go to the 2.5 mark of my side of 5, and then go up 4 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4. And same with this one in the middle, up 4 blocks, in the middle, up 4 blocks, there. Then I'm just going to connect my dot with my angles, my diagonals, and there you go. Isn't that amazing? I know. You're welcome. I know I've enlightened you today. So now we need to find the area of each of the parts. So the area of the square in the center, since it's a 5 by 5 shape, area is base times height, 5 times 5, and that's 25. And you can always count the squares if you want to, but I think that seems a little crazy. All right, and then the area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. So 1/2, the base is 5, the height is 4. Remember that you can change the order here, or you can do 5 times 4 first and then take 1/2 of that. It's up to you. I would change the order and do 1/2 of 4 times 5. So 2 times 5 is 10. Either way, you're going to get 10. So each of these triangles is 10, so I'm going to label each of them. Now, to put it all together, I'm going to say I've got my 25, which is my base, plus 4 times the area of the triangles, and I'll have to multiply first. 4 times 10 is 40, so then 40 plus 25 is 65 centimeters squared. Woohoo! All right, guys, I want you to do number 2 now. So I'd like for you to pause the video. I'm trusting you to do this. Pause the video now, and we'll come back and go over the answer. All right, guys, so here's my amazing artwork. I know you're jealous. I don't know if yours came out as good as mine, but here we go. So we've got the area of the square in the middle will be 2 times 2. So that's going to be the 4 meters squared. And then we're going to have find the area of the triangles, and the base is 2, and the height is 3. And so we end up getting 3 meters squared for the area of each of these triangles. And so when we're putting it together, we've got one base, which is 4, plus 4 of those triangles, which are 3 each. So it's going to be 4 plus 12, which is 16 meters squared. All right, so it says to explain how to find the surface area of a square pyramid without creating a net. Use the dimensions in exercise 1 to explain your answer. I think basically I would say, if I were to explain how to do this without creating a net, I would say that we need to find the area of the square base, and then find the area of the side triangle, and then multiply the side triangle times 4 and add it to the base. I mean, basically what we did. Unfortunately, there's not like a formula. It'd be wonderful if there was, but it would be too complicated to write that. So, yeah, so we'll go with this. I mean, I guess we really could come up with a side. I just don't think it's a good idea to have such a crazy, complicated formula when you can just go piece it out like we are right now. All right. Then how is the area of a triangle related to the surface area of a square pyramid? Well, you take the area of the triangle and you multiply it times 4 and you add it to the square pyramid or the square base. So I think that's about it. All right, guys, that ends our amazing video on Inquiry Lab Nets of Pyramids. I hope that you'll return for the second session, which will be 10.5 Nets of Pyramids. Thank you. Goodbye and have a pleasant tomorrow.